Bonjour, and welcome to the Potty Post series, visiting perched villages in the south of France, which includes the areas of Provence and Côte d'Azur. France is known for its medieval fortified hilltop villages, and Provence and Côte d'Azur have many remarkable and charming such villages. We're up in, and I mean up, in Sainte-Agnes in the Alpes-Maritimes, just above Menton. Today we're visiting Sainte-Agnes, or Sainte-Agnes, in the Alpes-Maritimes. Sainte-Agnes is a perched village, as well as one of France's most beautiful villages, and claims to be the highest coastal village in Europe. We're on the route of Saracens. Legend has it that Sainte-Agnes was founded by a Saracen prince named Haroun, who had fallen in love with a local maid. Another story, an alternative, has it that the name Sainte-Agnes comes from the story of a princess who had taken refuge in a cave in the village during a storm. So you've got your choice, whichever one suits. But we're just following these little winding streets. Just keep climbing. That's what you do when you come to Sainte-Agnes, climb. Surrounded by mountains and the sea way down below. Pusin? Pusin? Not interested. The Maginot Line was extended here in 1932, and a fort, the fortress of the Maginot Line, carved out of the cliff as a defensive measure against the Italian army. And here's the cliff or rock wall that they dug into to put this fort in. Just right into the side of the mountain. The fort is now a museum and was built as an underground village capable of housing between 300 and 400 men in complete self-sufficiency. It is built deep into the rock, going down about 55 meters. That's a really nice little restaurant that hangs over the cliff with great views out over the Mediterranean. And as I pan around, we're back in that cliff where the fort was built, and these are artillery bunkers. You can see the portholes where the cannon that were used to protect the harbor. And I'm just going to pan around here in a 360. There's a rocky crag. And then we come to the beautiful Mediterranean and some of the villages. It's Cap de Roquebrune, and then this would be Menton. And if you keep going off to the left here, you'll run right into Italy. Sainte-Agnes is an old village about 3,000 years old, with the Romans building a fortress here around 2,000 years ago. The first building of the current village is about 1,000 years old. Sainte-Agnes is known as the balcony of the Côte d'Azur because of the fabulous views out over Menton and the Mediterranean. Elevation here is right around 4,000 feet. This is just a little shrine built into the wall on the way up to the castle. This is the path up to the castle ruins and the medieval garden here in Sainte-Agnes. We're down at the base of the castle that overlooks Sainte-Agnes. This castle was built in the 14th century on the border between France and Italy and was the location of many battles. It is one of the oldest castles in France and was built primarily as a place to escape the Saracen invaders that would plague the locals. And there's a little, what they call a medieval garden that has been planted here. Some olive trees. Lavender, herbs, all sorts of herbs and things. And it overlooks the Mediterranean. It's a hike up here, but it's so lovely. It's definitely worth it. And there are signs posted that you explore the castle at your own risk, because it is a ruins. So come and enjoy. This is what's in these walls. 3 feet of rocks and rebars. That's why these villages are still standing after centuries. Little side street. And more honeysuckle. That does really well in this part of France. The air's just perfumed. There's a very nice little atelier. Another one over there. These stone archways are just amazing. Lots of stairs. Old construction, old wood with stones and cement plastered in the spaces between. The current village of Sainte-Agnes was built around the 16th century church Notre Dame de Neige, Our Lady of Snows. Its bell tower is covered in enamel tiles. As always, thanks for joining me on my wander through Sainte-Agnes, which is featured on my new app, Perched. Perched is a fantastic little travel guide for must-see destinations in the Languedoc-Roussillon and Provence, which uniquely includes GPS locations, descriptions, and ratings of all the public toilets in the locations visited on the app. Written in 5 languages, it's an app for people on the go, like yourselves, who have to go. So if you're out and about in the south of France, take Perched with you, available in Apple and Google. And I leave you with this: the marrow of life is not your usual trek.